Well, Ian, as has become more apparent recently, is a real champion of film and he's become a real protector of film, emulsion film, and also with that, also he likes to do things that at the end of the day he walks away with it and it's in his pocket, in his can. He's not one of these guys. Oh, we're going to fix that later. 6 months time, and Monster will be graphed back onto that. He likes to do real things. When it came to K-Pax, there's the ambiguity of the stories. You're either following the Doctor, Jeff Bridges, or you're following Prote. Are they one and the same thing? Is he really from K-Pax? I think the studio were keen to go there. Let's go to K-Pax. But if you went there, to this Martian landscape out in the Mojave Desert or something, but it's going to be rocks and a weird spaceship or whatever you're supposed to do. I think you're actually pushing the film, saying he was from K-Pax. We shot the desert, did some weird stuff with double exposures and moons and things like that, and we looked at Maxfield Parrish, who he was. He was a sort of very much sort of early last century painter who used a lot of strange colours, purples and ambers and quite heightened reality sunsets and things. So with that as a start, I can't remember who, I think maybe John Beard came up with that, the designer, as an idea. Those colours became the K-Paxian colours. So I was looking at these ambers and these lilacs, and they're quite difficult to expose because they've got a lot of red in them and they can be quite weird on people's skin. But ambers are always much easier. And there's 3 interviews in the film that we go through a different sort of colour cycle. The Doctor's getting more and more out of him. Jeff Bridges is getting more and more out of the spacey character. The things change in the room, just slowly, as he starts releasing all this stuff that's coming out of him, all this hidden angst. Is he a man who's lost his wife and his child, or is he from another planet? But we didn't ever want to say. So everything has a natural reason. In New York, the sun can be over there. Yeah, it's coming through the window here because it's bouncing off a building, and we did a lot of that. Bouncing light off. There's a lot of light in the shot. He doesn't like light. He finds it very bright. That's why he wears these super dark glasses, and so he gets very flared out. He doesn't want to see it. But we had a lot of flare. There was there were things on the desk like the lights are actually quite often moving in the room, which they shouldn't do, but I just moved the sun a little bit, just so it's just moving, so it just hits a paperweight and a little light pings off it, and perfectly reasonable physical, light. Why that could happen, but we didn't go the full blown CG planet, which I think there was a certain amount of pressure on Ian to do that. So we did some stuff out in the desert and did some funny little. The water towers in New York, there's some funny water towers, like rockets, and it was like, shake, just look at it, shake the camera, shake it. We just shake, music video style, sort of make things look like they're moving. It was just cheap tricks, but they were, nothing did move. There was no CG rocket, there was no spaceship, there was no, weird planet. There was double exposure of the moons. It looked like a double exposure. It wasn't like a planet with 2 moons. It was double exposure. Yeah, just shake and deregistration and pull the gate out and put the film through the camera twice. So doing very physical things. So everything had a sort of reason why it could be a phenomenon, why he could, the things you did see in the film all had a physical, optical, light reason they could have happened. There was nothing. There was a beam of light, but it was a beam of light in Grand Central Station, which was shot in the middle of the bloody night, which was a nightmare, because it, couldn't. But anyway, there was a beam of light and a bit of smoke in it. But you see the beam of light come down and through those big windows. That shot, everyone loves at Grand Central Station, but there's been a building there for the last 40, 50 years, so there's never been light through that window. But anyway, we put a light up there, and then we made someone walk. There's these little bridges. When someone walk across it, the beam of light was interrupted. So suddenly, Prote's there in the station. The light goes. Did he beam up, a la Star Trek? Yes. Oh no, it's just a guy crossing the sun in front of the bridge. So there was always a reason for. So that light thing became a bit of a theme, and it was a bit of a load of DP indulgence, if you will, but it was in the script. So, so that's what we did. So that was a theme.